Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Another episode here. Something a little different. Um, Probably gonna upload this relatively soon. Usually, my videos are a month out or so. But I've been thinking about something, and it's all related to what I want to do and some of my, I guess, physical issues I've been having. I have lower back pain right now. Anyways, I am looking for First of all, I'm looking for a very lightweight folding electric bike. All right. So I'm going to share with you on my screen here. I just Googled light folding electric bike. All right. And this is what Google has recommended to me. All right. So I'm just going by it. Now I've clicked on some ads and then the actual search results. I'll go over them and I'll talk about some of the bikes. And then I have some other uh, very light folding electric bikes that I have also been researching on my own that I kind of want to talk about. Another thing I'm going to do is talk a little bit about scooters, not like the big scooters that you need a license, those little tiny electric scooters, those bird scooters, or what's another name? Um, well, those scooters that electric scooters that you see, but kind of like a bird style, 9 baht or Xiaoming, or is it Xiaoming or Ming scooter? I don't know what you call them, but I'll also talk a little bit about scooters. And the reason why I want to talk about that is kind of simple because my plan, all right, in the future is eventually to get an RV and travel North America, at least North America, maybe into South America, I'm not sure, or Central America, wherever I can drive pretty much. I want to travel in an RV with the family, and that includes my mom, which is my kid's grandmother. So that's the plan in the future. Um, Another thing is my plan is to, right now in my mind, this is just fantasy. I'm not sure if I'm really going to do it, but I'm just going to talk about it. But don't worry, I'll get to the bikes later. But my plan is to get a Class C motor coach with a towed or tag along or whatever you want to call it, a very small car, I would say, something that I can tow behind a Class C, a gas powered Class C. Right now, my thinking is maybe a Jayco Red Hawk, maybe right now. It's been changing. It's all in the plans, but something like that, something of a Class C, okay, that has enough power to pull a Chevy Sonic. Okay, that's my plan. It's Chevy Sonic and a hatchback Chevy Sonic. So because when we travel, we're not going to, my plan is, or the idea is, we're not going to go to a national park all the time or boondock all the time. We may just travel to go to different places, and then we just need a car to travel locally within 50, 50 to 10 to 50 miles radius from where we are, maybe up to 100 miles, depending, because RV parks and RV resorts are away from the city. Not that we would go to a city, but we might, again, for visiting family or just traveling in general, recreational, of course. And so the idea is to put either an electric bike or a scooter into the Chevy Sonic and then tow the Chevy Sonic, and then we can just do certain things. So we have the main vehicle, which is the Class C RV, and then we have the tow vehicle, which is the Chevy Sonic. And from there, as we take the Chevy Sonic, we could either have a very light folding electric bike or a folding scooter. Folding scooter. So let's continue. Let's take a look at some of the options that are out there that I did just by Googling, and you can see there's already advertisements in here. Now, I'm not sponsored by anyone. This is just my own research and I'm sharing with you. So let's take a look. First one is Blix bike out of Santa Cruz. Okay. Lectric bike. That's been kind of popular. The Rad Power Bikes is in here. I'll talk about them a little bit. I do own several Rad Power Bikes. They're kind of big, and I have to choose. Like, I only have one hitch. I'm thinking I only have one hitch, so either tow a car, which I won't tow all the time. Maybe I'll have someone drive following me, which is another way of taking a car with you. Um, Maybe even more gas efficient for someone to drive the car than to tow the car. Um, in either case, eventually there's also a last resort option, which is not to even bring anything. Once I have a car, I could probably walk or take mass transit or even rent one of those electric scooter birds or bicycles. Anyways, so let's take a look. This is a article, wire.com, bicycling, electric biking, and ride Carbo. Carbo, that's a interesting one. And then Bike Exchange. So those are the websites that I've opened a link to. So let's take a look at the first one, okay? All right, so Blix. Now, although I ride an electric bike, I don't know every brand and every company out there. And again, I'm looking for light folding electric bikes. Okay, light folding electric bikes. So that's the key that I'm looking for because I want to fold it up, put it into a car. Plus, I have a lower back issue. All right now, maybe it'll get better, but now that I have a lower back issue, I may not be able to lift a 70-pound bike. I'm looking for something, 50 pounds or less, 40 pounds or less, lighter the better. But it would be awesome if it was an electric bike. Uh, you know, maybe it's best not to have an electric bike, you know. But we'll look at some of these. So let's have a look at this. So I think this right here, Bika electric folding bike, this is what they're talking about. It looks a little big, but I'm looking for a non-fat tire folding electric bike. That's what I'm looking for. So this is what is this? 14 uh almost 1600, 1599. All right, so this is what this is. So all right, that's an option. That's an option. Let's go to the next one, which was Lectric bikes. These are very popular, very inexpensive. Unfortunately, there are fat tire bikes and they still weigh a lot. I think this still weighs quite a bit. I don't know what the weight of it is. The lead times are long. Another thing is I'm not looking for a very long lead time, or I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just shopping right now, but I just want to get a weight of what this thing weighs. I think it is smaller than the Rad Mini, but what is the weight on this? Battery 7 pounds and load on the rear rack. Okay, motor, bike. It doesn't say what the weight is, but it's most probably in the 50, it's probably over 50 pounds. So this is probably not an option for me. All right. All right, next, Rad Power Bikes. I own a few. My other option is to forget towing a car in the RV and just use the hitch to take my two Rad Minis, the Rad Mini and the Rad Mini Step Through, and just take those bikes with me. I don't think they're small enough for me to take inside the RV. I probably have to get a hitch. Plus, if I'm going to take my family with me and everything, totally different story, you know. But right now, I don't foresee getting a Rad Power Bikes in the future at all. Um, I'm happy with the bikes that I have. I like the fat tire bikes, like the Rad Rover, like the Rad Mini, like the Rad Mini Step Through. What they're offering now is just nothing for me because I'm looking for a non-fat tire bike that folds, that less weighs, that weighs less than 50 pounds. And that's kind of like the key here. So I don't think Rad Power Bikes is in the future for me. Anyways, unless they make something what I'm looking for, which maybe they will. They haven't come out with a brand new bike for recently. Maybe they will in the future. Okay, from Rad Power Bikes, because Rad Power Bikes is off the list. I already have Rad Power Bikes, And I already explained to you my situation, whether I'm gonna tow a car or use the hitch to bring the bikes. I would have to buy a kind of special kind of bike rack. Maybe it sways out of the way or swings out of the way. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But that is another option for me to just take my Rad Power Bikes, forget towing the car, and okay, all right. Let's close this up here. All right. So let's take a look at some of the other options. I'm just looking through magazines. So that just came up on the right here. This came up on the Google search. So all right, 14 best electric bikes for every kind of ride. But I'm looking for folding bikes, right? Non-fat tire, very light, compact, small, but electric. Electric. Let's have a look. None of these bikes are for me. None of these bikes. Nope. Nope. Okay, so this one doesn't make the cut, so I'm going to skip this. All right, let's go to the next one, bicycling.com. All right, so they got the best folding electric bikes of 2021 so far. All right, let's take a look at some of this. This is good. Okay. They got the Rad Mini in there. I already crossed that off the list, but interestingly enough, look at that. They got it for like $179. This is a typo, obviously, um, but it's not on my list. The Geocycle, not Psycho. That really looks interesting, but I don't think it folds. I think the handlebar, the stem folds, but I don't think the bike itself folds. I need it to be compact to take with me. Hope if it's small enough to take into the RV or take into the back of the hatchback of the Chevy Sonic that I'm going to tow with the RV, that's the ideal. And price is going to be a big deal. This is a big one. I'm looking at the Swagtron Eb5. Has an internal battery. It's not that powerful. It's not that great, but it is a bike. Um, but I'm still looking for something that could be more powerful, and also I might carry stuff because I may not need to take the car, or I may just, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box right now. But the Swagtron looks really good, and for $600, that's not too bad. Small, cheap, practical for short commutes, or just traveling or bicycle touring in either country or in a city wherever there's a road or paved road. That could be practical. I'm not saying that I will, but that looks really good to me right now. So Swagtron is something I may look into, and I can buy this off Amazon or go to Swagtron or Kohl's. They got them at Kohl's, so that's another one. Bromptons are famous for folding. Uh, there are people who take their Bromptons on an airplane, carry-on suitcase, and travel the world riding on their Brompton bicycles. So this is an electric bicycle. Unfortunately, the cost of this is just way too much. I mean, I can buy like 2 Rad Power Bikes, or how many? I could buy 5 Swagtrons, which would give each member of my family a bicycle to ride. Okay, so I could, for one electric Brompton, I could buy 5 Swagtrons, and there's about 5 people in my family when we go this supposed planned RV trip in the future. Yeah, so and then Vectron S10. I don't even know. I've never. Oh, this is a Tern. Tern. Yeah, they make. I think it's a mid drive. It's probably really worth that amount of money. It's probably well designed, and components are really good. But for $3,600, I mean, I can buy 6 Bromptons. I mean, not 6 Bromptons. I could buy 6 Swagtrons for that, and I think I would get more bang for my dollar. Yeah, this is quite a bit, quite a bit. It's probably worth it, but unfortunately, a little too much just for riding around. Anyways, so that was a good article to look at. This is bicycling.com. It was an article. Let's have a look at that Swagtron if I can see it. Oh, here's another one. Aventon Cinch. This could be another one, but it's a fat tire bike. It probably weighs a little bit, so not for me. And plus, the price is almost like a Rad Power bike. I just like it's 66 pounds. It says right here. I might as well just get another Rad Power bikes if I was going to do that, or not buy an electric bike. I already have one. Joe Epic Carbon. Um, Interesting. A little pricey. No rear fender. I don't know what the weight of it is. Tiny and cheap. There we go. Swagtron Eb5. This could be a winner for me. It doesn't have to have huge mileage because, again, it's something that I'm going to take along with me in the tow car. And then when we go to the RV resort or RV park or wherever we're maybe boondocking, whatever, we'll take a car to go somewhere. And then from there, we can take the last mile, so to speak, that last mile. So maybe, maybe not. Maybe we'll just walk. Who knows? But for 600 bucks, yeah, that's not too bad for a local commuting, traveling, touring bike while you're RVing across America. Not too bad. Plus, it's cheap. It's probably what is it? It's a single gear, but you're barely gonna throttle and pedal a little bit. Mm, Most likely throttle most of the time. Then again, it may not be worth riding a bike. I do have to consider that because of the range, you know, and maybe we don't want to have a bike with us all the time. It's better just to walk or take an Uber. That could be the more practical thing to do. All right, let me go on to the next one. Oh, this one here is also a Swagtron Eb5. That's another one I'm looking at. It's probably not as expensive. I was looking through this. Let's go through, take a look. This is biking.com, folding electric bikes. We review the best foldable e-bikes for 2021. And they got the best folding bike is the Rad Power. Not for me, it's too heavy. It is a great bike. I have folded it up. I have put it in the back of my SUV, a Hyundai Tucson. I've taken it to Galveston and I've ridden on the beach. It's awesome. I've ridden it everywhere. I don't know why it doesn't have a front fender, but it has a rear fender here. But anyways, it is a great bike, but it's too heavy and a little too big for my plans. Let me see what else they have. Cat Voyager, super expensive. These things are like $4,000 or $5,000. An Ancheer folding. This is another one I might be considering. I think it's also available on Amazon. So yeah, this is an advertisement, but look at this. Anyways, here is Ancheer 449, Swagtron 449. These two are my I'm seriously looking at a Swagtron Eb5 or Eb7 or this Ancheer. They're small, 250 watt, but again, I'm not gonna be. This is for touring, traveling, vacationing. That's what it's all about. And here's the Ancheer folding electric bike. Here's the specs on it. So it has 250 rear hub motor. It looks really small, compact. It's 33 pounds. That's the key thing. 33 pounds, light. That's what I like about it. Probably folds very small. This is another runner. This is in the running of my future vision of what I want to do. Will it work? I don't know. I don't know. Only time will tell. So let me go on to the next bike, which is the Swagtron, another Swagtron, and I think it's a Swagtron. Here's a video of the Ancheer folding bike. Um, Interesting, they have it looks like a Rad runner in the video right here, so maybe they own both. So this could be in the running. I won't know into the future. Maybe you can help me and let me know what bikes are out there that are small, folding. All right, weighs less than 50 pounds, but it's practical. It's not like one of these. Let me see. Let me show you. It's not like where is it? Was this the advertisement for it? Was this the advertisement? Yeah, it's not this. Okay, I don't want this. This is not a bike. It doesn't even have pedals. Um, this thing right here on the yellow bike doesn't even have pedals. So I'm not looking for that. If that's the best option, then I would go straight to an electric scooter. But let me see here. The Swagtron, yeah, look at the 37 pounds weight, is just a little bit more, but still ideal. 250 watt rear hub motor, that's fine. Range 15 miles. You know, once you hit the last mile, what I call the last mile, like you get out of your car and you start either walking or riding a bike or scooter, skateboard, whatever, local travel. Um, 5 miles is a lot of range. Like people don't realize, you walk 5 miles back, you walk 5 miles to somewhere, and then 5 miles back, you walk 10 miles. It's a lot. It's longer than you think. It's a lot further. Most people won't walk that far for vacationing or touring anyway. In my opinion, you might, but probably not. Not with the family, anyways. So the Swagtron's probably really top on my list if it's really that inexpensive, and it has to be a functional bicycle. Electric would help because you might have some hills. I don't know if this has gears or not. It probably doesn't for the price that it is, but if it can get you up a decent hill, if you just push that throttle, or if it has pedal assist, whatever it is, again, something small, very, very travel friendly, light because my back can't take it anymore. And again, just for vacationing and touring, and to put into a Chevy Sonic hatchback that I will tow with the RV. That's my dream. That's the fantasy I'm fantasizing about. I don't know if it will happen, but maybe it will. Stick around. Subscribe, and you'll find out. Next on my list here, gosh. All right, next on my list here is Carbo. I never heard of this company, but I'm assuming these are carbon frames, and that's why they're the light. It says here the world's lightest electric bike. So yeah, I think it means that it's carbon frames, 13 kilograms. I don't know, I don't know what that means, but I think that's 13 kilograms. Let me see what does that equate to. I don't even know what that equates to. Converting kilograms into pounds. Let me see if I put 13, 28 pounds. 28 pounds. This is by far the lightest, and it is a belt drive. Wow. It probably most likely, I'm thinking, has internal gears in it, so you don't have to really shift, or if there is a way to shift it, but it is a belt drive electric bike. I don't know where the batteries, the seat stem looks a little big, and I think that's where the battery is. That might be where the battery is, because this frame looks really small. I can't see the specs on it here. 250 watt or 350 watt or 500 watt peak. Okay. 30 kilometers, full electric, pedals 60 kilometers. Anyways, I'm sure it's like 15 to 20 miles. Maximum speed, which would be 20 miles. I think that's 20 miles for a 350 watt motor. Um, and they got three classes. The Classy Commuter belt drive, which is probably the most expensive. They don't even give you a price. They have another one, the Active Electro Cyclist. This actually has a derailleur, so this could be another option. It weighs just a little bit more. It's like just about over 30 pounds, or 33. Then they have a single gear derailleur, which is a little bit less, but I don't even see a price here for it. But just the fact they don't even list a price tells me that it is going to be super duper expensive to have. So this is nice. This is kind of nice. Look at this guy's lifting it with one hand, um, like that. Yeah, I guess that's possible. That'd be lifting like a 25-pound dumbbell, which I guess I can do. I also kind of injured my shoulders, but I have a feeling the fact that they don't list the price, this is going to be super expensive. And then bike exchange, um, Rad Power, out of the question. Lectric 815. Let's take a look at it real quick. Let's take a look at it. Rad Power out of the question. No more Rad Power bikes for me. No, that's too much of a fat tire bike. I think none of these on this website will meet my needs. Maybe this one, but look at the price. It's $1,500 MSRP at Giant Nerd. Probably not going to go with this. Tern. Look how much Tern is. 3,100 REI. If you buy through REI. The Cinch, another fat tire bike. Not looking for that quite. Gocycle 3,200. Yeah, just no, nothing here for me. Last one I'm going to look at is Luna Cycles. And I saw a YouTube video of this particular bike, the Luna folding e-bike. It's 1,800. I know it's 1,800, but it is a mid-drive. And I'm very impressed with the performance of the bicycle with this new battery right here. Although it looks kind of funky just sitting right there, you know, but it will get you there. Probably not for me though. Probably not for me, unfortunately. Although it is kind of what I might be looking for in the future, because again, my lower back issues, and it's a smaller footprint. It weighs 33 pounds, I think. What is the weight on this? They give you a lot of options here. They cut it down to the bare bones, but they do give you the larger battery pack. What is the weight on this? I don't see a weight here. I think it's in the range of 30 to 40 pounds, more on the upper 30 pounds. Basically, what they've done is they've taken a Moscow folding bike, and just put a a mid-drive motor on it with a battery pack, and you know, that's pretty much what they've done. And of course, controller and display, and wired it all up. That's pretty much all it is, and that's what pretty much all electric bikes really are. Right now, let me quickly go into electric scooters. So I googled electric scooters, and here's some of my results. Okay, I don't know what this is, but Scoot Texas. Anyways, yeah, 9-bot, Ming scooters. You know, I'm looking at some of the 9-bots, and these actually fold the stems. I think this one 9-bot is a 9-bot. I'm not sure. One of these, I think all of them actually fold. The stem folds, and you could stow it away. This, and for the price, look at the 400, 500. It's about the price of a Swagtron, but I think it may be more practical, takes up less space, and it may be more fun. And you know, especially if I'm going to be touring in the city or just out and about, this could be a more practical solution for me. Anyways, um, I'm probably going to end this episode here. So let me just wrap it up here. So my fantasy right now is I want to get a Class C RV. Don't know which one, but some kind of RV, maybe even A class. Definitely not a B. It's too small. I can't take 5 people in a in a Class B, Class C or Class A. So hopefully the motor coach that I choose is strong enough to pull or tow a Chevy Sonic as a towed. All right. And that's how I'm going to travel. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to necessarily tow the car. It may be even more gas efficient every now and then to have someone just drive, follow me. But I want to store the bikes or the scooters in the car, in the hatchback, quote unquote hatchback. So 2 people can drive behind, or I can tow, either way. Ideally, when you go up mountains, you probably want to detach your car and drive the car up the mountains separately from the RV. That's what I'm thinking anyway. But there's many options in that regard. Um, and then have the bike in the tow vehicle. You know, I'm thinking Chevy Sonic, the very smallest and lightest of the towable toads that I can tow with with my RV, with an RV, I should say. And the goal is to accommodate that last mile. Now, uh, my other option is, okay, forget about the tow vehicle. You have an RV, just use the RV to go to places. And once you stop, kind of just use your bike, use the hitch as a bike rack, and just take your two Rad Power Bikes, two Rad Mini folding power bikes that are small enough, and just take it with you. Well, you know, the problem with that is as we're traveling, we're probably going to go to, you know, destinations as a family, not all the time to a, you know, a park, national park, state park, city park. We may just want to be around an attraction, an area, a city maybe, or a place that you know, we go to an RV park, but from there we detach from the RV with the tow car, with the car, and then go from there. And from there we can just, you know, ride our bike or a scooter. Um, that's the issue that I'm having. So we may not ride our bike in the middle of nowhere, because most RV parks and resorts are in the middle of nowhere. But then again, if I do go to a national park or a state park, riding a bike within the national park or state park or city park isn't that bad either. And that's the whole point of RVing. You're trying to get away from all that. So that's one option. Another option is, again, uh, not to even bring a bike or an electric scooter. Just use the car, and once I get to a destination, um, you know, we just walk. All right, that may be, and ultimately that may be the most practical and economic way to do it. But then again, having that last mile ride, that last mile from, even from a car to a destination, uh, you know, there may be situations where I would want to do that. But is it practical? Is it cost effective? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, so that's my conclusion. And lastly, just don't even do it. Just go with my original plan. Don't even go with the car either. Just take your RV, Uber. When you get to your destination, rent a car. You're done. Or just, you know, enjoy the tranquility of not being around civilization, and being peace within the RV is the ultimate, you know, thing I could do. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode. Please like, share, comment. Tell me all the things that you fantasize about. If you do fantasize about RVing, electric bicycle, traveling, um, what do you do? Do you do any of this? I've seen a lot of videos where people, you know, take their electric bikes with them. Sometimes it's in the RV. Sometimes they have a hitch. I've never seen any videos of someone towing a vehicle, and inside the tow vehicle is an electric bicycle, or maybe they have a tow hitch on the some people tow Jeep Wranglers, and Jeep Wranglers have a hitch, and they have a bike hitch, and they tow the bike with the car, and then tow the car and with their RV and everything. I don't know. I don't know. And is it practical? You know, who knows? Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, share, subscribe. Till next time. Bye bye.